On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, we sit down with a club on campus devoted to singer, songwriter, and icon Taylor Swift.
And we have the latest on last week's homecoming events. What's Up Weekly starts now. Hello and welcome to What's Up Weekly. I'm Cali Lichter.
And I'm Lucy Kellison.
What's Up Weekly correspondent Ashley Voss took to the streets to find out what students are dressing up for Halloween. Ashley?
Hey guys, I'm here interviewing people right in front of sample gates, and here I have a junior at IU named Baden. Baden, everyone is wondering, what are you being for Halloween?
Halloween? I think I'm gonna be a chef.
Oh my gosh, I'm Spider-Man. I have like a bodysuit. Can I tell you a little secret?
Go for it.
So you know, like I'm a real skinny girl and all that. So I'm scared of like looking like a little stick in this like bodysuit. I was thinking about buying a fake ass for it.
Where?
And then like doubling up on bras so I look like little Mrs. Incredible.
Michael, what are you being for Halloween this year?
It's gonna sound really lame, but I have two options. A couple of my friends are characters from SpongeBob, so I might take a white shirt and just like tape a sponge to it and write Bob next to it just because I'm a lazy person. Or a serial killer, in which I'd cut up cereal boxes and like tape them to a shirt and then put like blood on them, and I'd be like a serial killer.
I got a Lego Batman mask off of Amazon, and I got the robe that he's wearing, and so I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna hold my hands like this and just I can reenact the entire thing.
It's a struggle this year.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling inspired.
Trying to get some like creativity flowing, not really feeling inspired.
I've looked on TikTok and everything just feels like it's already been done before.
What about like Pinterest?
That too, but like same thing. Everything's just been like done. I'm like, how can I step back?
Guys, comment ideas down below that they can do for a couple's costume. Thank you.
The new restaurant Everbowl is now open as of last Friday for acai bowl lovers who have already stopped by to try some new flavors. Co-owners Mike Fowler and Lori Fowler have been prepping their restaurant to be ready for the students and community of Bloomington. New bowl combinations have been added to the menu, such as pumpkin latte bowl and smoothie as seasonal flavors. They also ended up having a very large turnout that left a line outside the door on day one when they were giving away 300 free bowls.
Everbowl is just this vibrant brand, right, that just attracts college students, attracts young people, but all generations obviously come here and love it. But really what's at the center is the product itself.
If you're looking for something sweet that is also filled with natural ingredients, Everbowl may just be exactly what you're craving.
Still to come on What's Up Weekly, we get you caught up on this week's trending topics.
An IU basketball player found himself in a little bit of trouble at the local Taco Bell.
Yeah, a little, and The Hunger Games is making its theater debut in 2024. All that and more coming up. Welcome back to Trending Topics. Now, Lucy, London is volunteering as tribute to host the first ever adaptation of The Hunger Games on stage. So they received Colin's blessing to have this stage adaptation. And it also comes at such a good time because the latest movie is being released next month on November 17th, which is called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And it's going to be a prequel to the Hunger Games movies that we already have. So it's going to be such a big year for the Hunger Games franchise with having this prequel and then a stage adaptation.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that it's a stage adaptation, because when you said that the Hunger Games is happening in London, I got a little bit concerned. That's awesome for Susanna Collins. That's huge.
Yeah.
So going to more local stuff going on Sunday morning at about 2:15 a.m., the basketball player Mackenzie
Mbako?
Mbako?
Yeah.
Yes, he broke into the local, he went to the local Taco Bell where they quickly refused him service because they were starting to close, and he refused to leave. And then apparently a few rude comments were made, probably because he wanted a cheesy gordito crunch, which I completely understand. But the 18-year-old refused to leave, and they threatened to call the police, on which they ended up having to do. So the star himself did get charged with 2 Class A misdemeanors of trespassing and restricting law enforcement, to the point where the police officer did have to break his passenger side window to get him out of the vehicle.
That's crazy. I heard about it, and at first I thought it was at the Taco Bell that's over like College Walnut area, but the fact that it was over by College Mall, I'm like, this is, I feel like this is kind of downtown Bloomington behavior.
I mean, if you traveled that far to get a Baja Blast, I kind of understand the dedication.
Yeah, maybe it's
Maybe
valid.
not that much dedication.
We'll see what the future of the basketball season holds.
Yes, exactly.
And What's Up Weekly correspondent Grace Morocco is here to tell us about some newsworthy Hoosiers. Grace?
Thanks, Lucy and Cali. Like our host just talked about, we are just weeks away from another Hunger Games movie, but a popular song from this series is going to sound a little bit different. Actress Rachel Zegler will be singing the eerie song Hanging Tree, which was originally sung by Jennifer Lawrence in previous movies. But who wrote the lyrics to The Hanging Tree in the first place? None other than IU alumni and author Suzanne Collins. Collins graduated from IU in 1985 after double majoring in communications and theater. While at IU, Collins performed in a production called Forest Games, which sounds just a little similar to the Hunger Games. Since graduating, Collins and her husband have established a scholarship for undergrads majoring in theater. And billionaire Elon Musk offered Wikipedia, the free online encyclopedia, $1 billion to change their name to something a little crude. The offer was declined by IU alum and co-founder of Wikipedia, Jimmy Wales. After earning a master's degree from the University of Alabama, Wales came to the Cali School of Business for his PhD. His time as a Hoosier didn't last long, though, as he quit the program before graduating. Wales has been an outspoken critic of Musk, so it doesn't seem like he'll be taking the offer anytime soon. And that's all that we have for Hoosiers in the News this week. Lucy and Cali, back to you.
Thanks, Grace. And when we come back, we sit down with the Lovers Club to talk all things Taylor Swift.
And we have the latest on IU homecoming festivities. Stay with us.
You're watching IU Student Television.
We're back now with co-presidents of the Lovers Club, Elise Dumas and Brooklyn Lambright. And some of you might be familiar with Brooklyn because she is also our lovely What's Up Weekly producer. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So how did the Lovers Club start?
We started last year. Brooklyn and I met on our dorm floor in Forest. And we like bonded over our love for Taylor. I saw that she had a Taylor Swift poster in her room the first time that I went over, and I was like, oh my God, are you a Swiftie? Yeah, and I was like, obviously. Yeah, and then we just bonded over that, and we just decided that we wanted to, meet more people who love Taylor and find people who could bond over that as well. So yeah.
Wow, so where does the love of Taylor Swift come from?
I mean, it's Taylor Swift. What is there not to love? I mean, I think for both of us and a lot of people that we talk to in the club, it's this like personal feeling with her music, and that like it just feels like she knows you or she's going through the same things that you are. And I think personally I've been able to connect to her music because I turn on Taylor and everything like just goes away, and I'm like, okay, if Taylor Swift has experienced this, then what I'm going through, is valid. And I think it's fun music, it's sad music, it's all kinds of music. She's a very diverse artist. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it was just like we went to the fall involvement fair, and we're like, we wanted to join a Taylor Swift club because we both loved her so much, but we didn't have very many like Swiftie friends. And so we went, and there was no Taylor Swift club, and we're like, okay, well, we'll just start one. We'll start it, we'll meet new friends, and we have met so many amazing people that have become my best friends.
Yeah. Wow. So besides music, what else Swift do you guys talk about?
We talk about like everything. Like we talk about, obviously the music, but her life in general, the tour, obviously, such a big thing. Last year we like started hyping up for the Eras tour. We like went through every week, we went through a different era and just talked about it. And then this semester we're kind of like going through all the eras again, but with the music videos. So yeah, every week we've been watching a different music video from a different era. So yeah.
Oh, so has there ever been a time when you guys ran out of something Taylor Swift to talk about?
I don't think so.
No, there's so much.
We have hour-long meetings weekly, and I think we've filled up our time every single week because we start every meeting with Taylor news.
Yeah.
Because there's always something happening. And so we spend a lot of time just talking about, oh my gosh, she was on another Chiefs game, or, you know, she was at the Eras Tour premiere, and 1989 Taylor's version, I have to do a little promo, is coming out on Friday. And so we're like, this week, you know, we're finishing our music video series, but we're like getting ready for 1989 Taylor's version, which is super exciting. Next week we'll have a listening party, so she's always doing something new. There are always theories and Easter eggs floating around on TikTok and Twitter, so we always have something to discuss.
Well, it's great that you just mentioned Easter eggs because Taylor Swift has so many of them.
Yes.
Yeah. What are your guys' favorite Taylor Swift Easter eggs?
Oh, mine has to be the Man wall.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's a good one.
In the Man music video, she has all of her albums spray painted. And so there's a theory that it's a clock and that it's like actually the order of her re-records. But with 1989, I'm just going to go down a rabbit hole right now. With 1989, it went out of order. And so now we're thinking maybe it's an infinity symbol because Taylor Swift is like forever, whatever, you know. But yeah, I think that's my favorite just because I like to watch the music video and see all like her albums spray painted, and it's fun to theorize.
Yeah, I like that one too. I also really like in the Bejeweled music video, like the elevator, like each button is a different color. And so she like pressed like floor number 3 and it was purple for Speak Now. And the next one she went up to was like the blue 5, which was 1989. So they all like correspond to her albums.
And that's the order she's been like releasing her re-records in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think like the most current Easter egg that everyone's kind of debating about is the color orange.
Yes.
And whether it symbolizes her next album, because on the Eras Tour there was like an orange door that it ended with that she went through, and also on the Bejeweled elevator there was like an orange floor. So we're like trying to figure out what that means.
Wow, so
yeah.
You guys are some hardcore.
Yes.
So to join your group, do you have to be a hardcore Swiftie?
No. We have Swifties of all ranges in our club. We have some who just started listening to her music with her most recent album, Midnights. We have some that have been listening to Taylor since her first album debut. We really have like all ranges of Swifties. We accept everyone.
Wow.
Perfect. Maybe Lucy and I will show up and
Yes.
so the Taylor Swift knowledge will rub off on us.
We would love that.
I feel like I just went to class.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for being with us here tonight. And again, just pouring your Swiftie knowledge onto us.
Yes.
And after the break, we'll get you caught up on all of last week's homecoming events. We'll be right back.
Hoosier News Source, Wednesdays on IUSTV.
What's Up Weekly reporter Lucinda Larnick is in studio to tell us about this year's Hoosier Homecoming. Lucinda?
Last weekend was the time to show up and show out for IU. While the Hoosiers may not have won their game against Rutgers, they sure got school spirit high and enjoyed the weekend. I went to cover the festivities on Friday, and what a weekend it was.
The Hoosiers' homecoming festivities started as soon as the sun set last Friday. Clubs across campus and community members stirred up school spirit in the parade where fans came together to watch the marching band and Red Zipper dance team pick up the energy for the evening's main event, Hoosier Hysteria. The overlap between football and basketball came closer this year than it did in years past, but it certainly did the job of getting fans excited about Hoosier sports. While fans watched baskets being made on the Friday, Tom Allen's football team prepared for Saturday's game against Rutgers. The stadium didn't see full capacity on Saturday, but thousands flocked together across the city to be with one another.
Homecoming saw a huge turnout of students and alumni coming to the stadium behind me, but many celebrated the homecoming festivities on the tailgate fields right here.
Despite the Hoosiers' loss, fans made sure to celebrate in true IU spirit and celebrate for reasons that went beyond just the game.
Saw a lot of my friends who were alumni. It's called homecoming for a reason because they came back home to Bloomington.
Whatever the outcome, homecoming stands as a reminder that Hoosiers never forget to cheer on their home, regardless of the final score.
I mean, you know, that's the point of homecoming. Like, they come back home, they see the event, the big event, what it is, whatever it may be. And I think it just brings the morale up. But also, like, homecoming is homecoming. I think the most important thing is just seeing the people you care about.
I'm hoping the Hoosiers will get back on track as they close the season. I'll be watching, and you can too, when they play Wisconsin on November 4th at home. Back to you guys.
And that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at IUSTV News.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Lucy Kellison.
And I'm Callie Lichter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.